Hey, hey, I'm Johnny Baphomet Johnny. Just a pale beast of 888. Why the deceptions? Everything I've studied and learned, father, mother, sister, square, circle, etc. I said three and one, maybe in Baphomet, makes the four, which is square, B. I'm not going to upload this to YouTube or Facebook. I'm kind of out of sorts today, but to keep up what we've started. That's the video log. I'm dealing with zero, the numbers. July 4th, 1776. Okay, well, the Cosmon era didn't start, at least to the knowledge of the Osby. 1848, 46, 7. Osby was written 33rd year of Cosmon. That was 1881. Here it is 2016. And according to the Osby, there's like I'd say every 200 years there's like a reaping, or 400 years or something. But I'm dealing with the number zero. Uh, and actually the number one, uh, letter A. And if you look at the construction of the letter A, it takes 3 marks to construct a letter A, unless you're making a small case. All same mark, but to construct, you know, I mean, you can make it all one, but it's 3 lines to construct a capital A, which represents Almighty. But it takes 3. Well, to where do they get the number 1? It goes 0, 1. How do they get that number 1? Okay, well, it's what's it? The big, the eye, the big puff, the eye. It's created with the 2 circles. You know, you get the little eye right there. Well then you draw from top point to top point. It's a letter. It's the number 1. So, but it took 3. Well, I guess the point, the radius line would be the mark 1, because you make the radius and then you make the circumference. And you take your point and you move it to point B, which is a 2. Then you make another circumference. I guess you draw a line there, because that radius is going to be between them. But when you draw that other line, you get the cross, which is a 4. It has 4 points. So, but this is what I'm kind of dealing with, man. Listening to a cat talk about all these Christians. And, when the word Christ, you get to the root word of the word Christ, which is actually spelled with a K, knowledge, you derive the word occult, which is another derivative word, knowledge. And these cats are ex 33rd degree Masons, ex Shriners, ex Illuminatis, ex Satanists, whatever the X, is that they're from. And, I've noticed that if you search these things on YouTube, every single thing is cast in a negative, evil light. And then you hear the Christians say, well, look how united they are, and why ain't the Christians united like this? Well, the Christ, not with a K, but with a C, out of Christ's mouth, he said he brought a sword, which I think it's Louimon, which in Osby, I haven't found the word Lucifer, which is only in the Bible once, and that name is more potent with the people than the name that's given 4 times for God's name. But this Louimon was the one that started the Trinity, the Holy Ghost thing. But is this Louimon the Lucifer? A Lucifer? Is this the one that they keep talking about, this son of perdition, which the one cat, the one good thing about, the Christians is, I mean, they constantly talk about Satan. I mean, constantly. I mean, you can go into any chapel and they're going to be talking about Satan. And, what to look for. But, regardless, the thing that they are speaking is the very, it's cloaked under, per light, Jesus saves, so, but, you definitely find it, because, these cats, yes, in the spirit of, some Christians, generally they, like I heard the dude what he was talking about, ex Mason, ex Mormon, but now he's a Christian, uh, and he said that something that he never really studied the Bible. He made all these degrees and achievements, but he never really studied the Bible. Uh, okay, well, see, he come from dark to light, supposedly, right? Okay, well, I've started with the Bible, so what am I going to light to darkness? When the knowledge that I've obtained from this book that I ordered from Amazon through under occult, uh, and it's been a key where it's locked in all of the previous. I understand now you know, Buddy James McCarthy was telling me that we ordered a bunch of, occult books and stuff one time when I was at Lawton Penitentiary, Lawton, Oklahoma. Uh, and I asked him, well, man, why are there so many fucking books, man? He's like, well, John, because it's broke up. You got to pull a little bit, pull a little bit, pull a bit, make your, one. Well, that's kind of like what the Oscar did. It's that one pound, and there's actually two volumes of it. And I got one downloaded, which I don't know if it reads the same as the book that I've got written that I ordered. It's a big old thick thing, and it actually it actually makes up like two sizes of the Bible, and the knowledge in there. You think that gone. I'm reading a Star Trek book, and to think, it's the creator, and there's certain things that you can't deny. I mean, they from the beginning, you know, George Washington's inauguration was, well, what I've heard was his initiation into Masonry, which the one cat was talking about how every president inauguration there's a occult ritual to raise Osiris, the spirit of Osiris, Apollo, which the Osby talks about Apollo, was from the continent Pan, which they disguised as Atlantis, but it's Pan. That's where they get the Pan, which they cloak the Pan with the horn god and stuff. Well, finally I understand the significance of, why do they depict the beast and the human, the half beast, half human? Well, because we are half beast and half human. What the significance of the horn god, goat god, which to me would be in half human, half like the centaur, uh, harmonious of beast-like qualities and human-like qualities, which is me, that beast 888, pale, but just a pale beast. I feel that we can distinguish dark light and light light, and because it all comes from the same source. The only name that I've never found would be to this character that they say they say the Illuminatis and Freemasons worship this Lucifer character, which I believe is happens to be the name of the mother, uh, the circle, the light bearer. She bears the light. And because we're made in God's image, well, what's uh, the creator? Well, it says, I want to just read it. All was, all is, all ever shall be. They all spat, and motion was, and is, and ever shall be, and being positive was called he and him. The all motion was his speech. He said, I am. He comprehended all things, the seen and the unseen. Nor is there aught in all the universe for what is part of him. He said, I am the soul of all, and the all that is seen is of my person and my body. By virtue of my presence, all things are. By virtue of my presence is life. by virtue of my presence are the living brought forth into life. I am the quickener, the mover, the creator, the destroyer. I am first and last. Of two apparent entities am I. Nevertheless, I am but one. These two entities are the unseen, which is potent, the seen, which is of itself impotent and called corporal. With these two entities, in likeness thereby of myself, made I all the living. For as the life is the potent part, so is the corporal part the impotent part. Chief over all the chief over all that live on the earth, I made man, male and female, made I them, and that man might distinguish me, I commanded him to give me a name. By virtue of my presence commanded I him, and named me after named me not after anything in heaven or on earth. In obedience to my will named he me after the sounds the wind uttereth. And he said, Eoed, which is pronounced and is written. You got that little right there. What it is, it's a leaf or crosshair, and they say this is the signature of, but EOF. Uh, so when you take the word he, actually adds up to be 13, another 4. Uh, him, let's see, H is 8, I is 9, him, him is a 13, him is a 13, so that's a 4. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So he comes out to 4, and him comes out to a 3. His, the 8, 9, 17 is an 8, and then S. S would be a 1 at 10, but it's 1. So 8 is a 9. So his becomes 9, which is, they say 9 is the number of not of life, which I think this is incorrect. I believe the number of life is 8, 8, 4, and 4. The infinity symbol is just a circle. It's the circle twisted. It gives it an opposite and negative, is what it does with the twist. Uh, and I believe, with my own thinking and my own conclusions, I believe that 9 is consciousness, the realization of I, which, his being that he spoke in motion, and his speech became motion, which is a times turns out to be a 9, which says he comprehended everything, unseen and unseen, or seen and unseen. So then that means when we reach a level of 9, which with the just a normal breaking down of the letters of the 1 through 9, no zero, uh, the alphabet. There's only 2 nines in the alphabet, I and R. So, in essence, the concept of a 999 Uh, it's because that's what we was going to call ourselves, Beast of 999, which life. But to see that it's on that there's only two nines, 99, which also coincides with 99 grades before uh, bridegroom and bride to the Creator. Uh, Ethra, where we enter Ethra, and then wherever the Creator or the Orion chief decide we need to go to study, so which eventually we will be raised up to a God status where we will come and over different corporal worlds, or even like Apollo. That's why Apollo. I think that's why Apollo was so much loved. You know, uh, is because he did love us. I mean, he was from the earth, the red star. And sometimes we get the other rulers as gods and goddesses. In our atmosphere. Are from a different corporal world that have been raised up. So once we've reached 99 grade, uh, then we inherit the etherian heavens, which is his body, the spirit. That's how the ether is his spirit, which me looking at myself right here with the camera is also how he's present. You know, Anytime you get in the mirror to fix yourself up to go to work or go out and woo woo woo, whether you know this or not, the ever present creator is staring back at you. Uh, so, and what the dealing with the nine, there's the 666. Well, we've already had a beast of 666. Uh, Aleister Crowley, which even the Bible tells you that the number of the beast is the number of a man. Man beast. And if you check out in Genesis, I believe in King James Version, man, at one point in the first 3, 4 chapters of Genesis, at one point the beast and man is actually put on a level playing field. Very tricky. Very, very tricky. It took me a long time to see that. But when I seen it, I'm like, what the fuck? Why would the beast and a man be on the same level? You know, but before it always either stayed the beast after or before. But this that one time it's their beast man. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Uh, what being that the female deity is hidden from our society, which it's not hidden. I believe that Lucifer, because Lucifer is a 7-digit number, which goes into my name. That it's actually a sheriff's badge. We understand it's Babylon. It says Babylon in there, which Aleister Crowley signified he's the beast in great opposition to the creator, which the creator's name actually fits in there, but he's in opposition, so opposite would be the Babylon. Uh, but the same creator is so it's uh, and just ironic that Lucifer, the name Lucifer, which they say that the male creator, he and him, is the positive, which that would only leave the male, the mother, being the negative. You got positive, phallic, then the creator, chalice, receptive, circle. The circle smooth, loving, caressing, tender, caring, the smooth, a square, hard lines, father's rigid, structured, and ethers all around us. We permeate, the cycles, arcs that we go through. The times when the Creator brings us through a giant fields, mark, J-I, and then sometimes J-I slash or mark thing A-N, which these are Aegean swamps is what they call them, which is darkness, swamps of darkness, brings, we actually pass through this, but we're constantly in this ethering world, this the spirit constantly permeating us, which they say spirit is potent and corporal is unpotent, which makes sense, makes it what Paul say. The things that I want to do, I find that I don't do. The things that I don't want to do, I find that I do. Well, I find this to be a very true statement. It's hard to separate the flesh from the spirit, man. So we're contained in this thing, but and then it's a catch 22. If you deny one, then the other grows. If and vice versa. So if you deny the flesh, well, then the spirit grows. But then if you subheed to the flesh, which be side, uh, then the spirit suffers. But what we find is that all these, gods and goddesses that's raised over us, it's all sectioned off. The earth is, all sectioned off, man. The atmosphere plateaus would circle the earth just like this because it's all spiraling. And so, the heavens are kind of designed just like the earth, all bound on earth, bound in heaven. But these entities that become Darujas or demons is what they call them. Well, they're angels. They just how they become demons is or devils and Satan is and I think it's just part of the journey. Uh, how else would you truly know what it to really associate with the Creator? At some point in time in your growth in life, you must rebel against Him. You must establish your own identity from the Creator. It's an absolute must, whether it comes in this life or the next, which we are in that life. When we die, there's something. I guess something happens, and for the people that's not aware of things, not aware of these ethering heavens, these ethering heavens, uh, which I've studied the Bible. I mean, and I've studied, and I've never, ever have come across this ether in heaven that the Jehovah's Witnesses teaches that God don't create immortality. Well, that in itself is a contradiction that you can prove with your own sense. That uh, well, then that would mean that God, Creator uh, of everything, all worlds without end, light and dark, that Creator, it would mean that He wouldn't be eternal. and to even the atheist, that don't make sense. So I mean, once you breath is no different than a man and a woman coming together to create the child. You take part of them, of the mother and father, become well. That mother and father will, if their senses are correct, because we've been attacked so much, through this this sword, to bring a division between mother and daughter, father and son, brother and sister. And that's why I'm saying I don't. I'm finding all these things that's cast in negative light. Uh, it's not my fault that this new world order, however they decide to institution murder everybody, what the fuck ever. I can't. But what I find suspicious is in my own self. Is just dealing with the people. I mean, they don't have no desire to better themselves whatsoever. I mean, anyway, well, look at the world. I mean, just look at the world. Look at the people. So, I don't, I feel like I need to justify. Well, I don't need to justify. I believe that, yes, this new world order, or however it is, which it's something else that confuses me because there's an element missing here. Where is the good? Okay, well, 13, which is the big number, for the Satanists, Illuminatis, and Freeman, this 13 is a big number, which is half of 26, which is half of our alphabet, uh, which alphabet design, which we have our mouths, we are judged because we're going to judge ourselves. But the 13, which, okay, well, this 13 is representing half of something. Well, from what I would have to say, man, from the looks of the world, it's the half that they portray is the dark half. Which, all your little shows, your originals, Vampire Diaries, any movie that, comes out, if you look down through there, they're telling the story of the creator, and they talking about this son of perdition, which it seems to me is that lawlessness must be completely rampant for this individual to manifest. It's because this individual is, they call him the Antichrist. Well, I'm sorry, I'm happy to be on. I'm talking Christ with the C. Now you call me a Satanist or whatever, that's fine. I worship the Creator of life and death, of light and dark, of Creator of worlds without end. So, and yes, I procured the name Baphomet for myself, but when I got to figuring, my whole life I've searched for like a nickname, to have a nickname. I always, because, my name, man, although it's very catchy and there's reputation's always been precedes me, people that know. Anyways, I got to doing some mathematics with my name, my birthday, my social security number, and all of them break down to twos, fours, and eights. I mean, bored over, which the time I was born was 1024. That's a 7G. So, it's, you know, break my name up. do the investigations. I'm fine with it. And so, but and as far as this new world order, man, you know, of seeing this, what I don't understand is these people want to kill me. I mean, they do. Consider, I'm not even allowed to. I've never been allowed to vote. Never. I've never even been considered a citizen of these United States. Never. So pretty much in essence, what they're telling me is that the Creator Himself has wants nothing to do with me. They don't care nothing about me. It's basically so these things I can't deny. We know that there is a bad element. We know. I mean, okay, we get that. We get that. Okay, so does the depth side of the creator truly have more power than the life side? I mean, look in our world, these are. I mean, look at the United States. I can understand why these other countries are so damn mad at us, man. It's not because of the iPads that we got, or the food that we got, or the bar on every fucking corner, and a church on every corner, or a liquor store on the next corner over. You know, a laundry match, yeah, yeah. You know, I mean, so and we're constantly bombarded with, and to think that this OSPI has been written here this whole time, and the OSPI claims that the Quakers, the one that came over here, uh, why didn't they, you know, stop the fucking churches right then, do away with it way back then, way back then, like in the '60s or '70s, even when I was born, 1974. I mean, how much has the fucking world changed just since 1994? Okay, well, I think 1994 was a point also because of the World Wide Web. I don't think they had the capability, but at one time to give it to the public. Uh, that I mean, hell, they've known. I mean, shit. Add the 4,000 years to it. It's 5,000. So that's saying that they've been planning this shit for years and years and years and years. So they knew. And it all. Anyways, man, I'm yabbering too much, man. I was not intended for all this. Anyways, uh, I say we say blessings and good night to all the people that are seeking the true creator. It's about the creator, man. It's really about the creator. No matter what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is saying. I mean, listen to the words that come out of people. Even the Christians. I mean, everything is cast in a negative light. Everything. And they're constantly talking about, well, I don't. It's a catch-22 there. Y'all's broke up on every corner, man. First Baptist, Second Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Mormon, Seventh Day Adventist, Christ, God, Methodist, Pentecostal, Catholic. You know, we're gonna hold on the Catholic subject until later on, is because that's an interesting subject. I didn't think that. It's because that was the whole point of the Templars going underground to establish a new world order, was because of the Catholics. Well, now they, okay, I understand, is it a little the HIS to govern, them fools. Yeah, I can understand that. But it seems so that would mean if what Donald Trump said, that would mean that it was all planned even then, the 1307 shit. Which is it's all cool, it's the creator shit, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to. I'm not, hey, hey, I ain't been too impressed with this fucking life. So, you coming and taking my life or locking me up, killing my family or whatever it is that you do to, I mean, of course I'm not, like it and I'm gonna be miserable and suffer. But what I'm saying is that that's nothing new. I get that. I get that. I get that part about you, creator. That's what these videos are for. Where's the other 13? We get the 13, that they yak. And, I heard of, one guy talking, you know, I guess the only way you can talk about Freemasonry is coming underneath the disguise of Christianity. So, but I heard one guy talking about once you get to the very top, there's 13 that they consider God. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Well, they, there has to be another 13. It's because clearly the 13, well, I mean, there's too much people. Tupac, Biggie, the Paul Walker. I mean, fuck, I can just go on and on and on about it. So, there's too much shit, to say that that's not real. Okay, so fine. Hey, that's cool, cool. You know, uh, I would have to say that would be a dark side of the creator. The creator says don't take life. Well, if you stand up, fuck you, we don't need you, creator. Then but you have this knowledge. Well, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna, anyway. So, but where's the other 13? Where's the good side? Okay, where y'all at? That's what I'm asking. Where's the good side? I can definitely see all the bad. I mean, fuck, you can see it in everybody. Shit. Oof. I mean, fuck. The only way anybody will ever help anybody if there's a fucking tragedy in the area. Say a fucking tornado come through the area. You got people live next to each other for 20 fucking years. The only thing they've done is wave at each other. 20 years, man. But let a tornado run through that motherfucker. And, oh, hey, brother. Oh, I love you. Yeah. It's because it's a natural instinct. Natural. It's not natural, be stuck up and selfish. I mean, selfish, there's good selfish and bad selfish. Proper selfishness produces respect. Everything has byproducts. Productivity, the byproduct of productivity is self esteem. Right? True self respect, uh, selfishness is true selfishness, being that this person has a right because they're the highest value in the universe, whether they kill, murder, whatever, they're still, I'm not their judge, they're judge themselves, but then, I get that we judge ourselves, but okay, well, dealing with this free will shit. Well, okay. Here's another subject that I don't have free will over. I don't have free will. I'm born on this land, and they tell me I'm not even, considered a citizen on this fucking land, but I can't leave it. I'm stuck here. I'm forced underneath their rules, to do all of this stuff. I think I am gonna pump this motherfucker to YouTube and shit. Because I'm kind of upset. Where's the good side? That's what I'm saying. Where is this? Where's the other 13? Okay, and you once you remove uh, the A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, well, you only got 20 characters left. So you bust it down to 10 and 10. Well, 10th letter is a J. You know, so uh, which 9 and 11, there was not a 10 there, it's a 9 and 11, which they say 11 is the number of death. Well, that's what they say. So, being that the creator is the creator of opposites, uh, the number of 11 is the number of death, well, then wouldn't it also be the number of life? You know, which they say I've known very early in my studies, you know, way early that 22 and 11 are master numbers, which I'm born on the 22nd, June 22nd, you know. So, anyways, I'm gonna end this, man, and may you all attain to the knowledge of Baphomet, man, because it will blow our minds. Amen. Baphomet, Baphomet, Johnny out.